Where to with Nico and Chow. Food, travel, experiences, and stories. Where to, powered by Mega World Hotels and Resorts.
Yeah, what a lunch that we had, no? Nabusog ba kayo?
Yes, super.
Grabe.
Always enjoy
Always
the
busog,
lunch
always
here.
food. My God.
Yeah.
Anyway, hello everyone and welcome to yet another episode of
Where to?
Okay, now let me just build up who this person is and the reason why we really wanted this big guy right here to sit with us. Because if you guys would want to really come here to Cebu and identify Cebu as a food spot destination, then there is no other platforms to consider but really go and visit Kalami, Cebu. Now, for the ones who have not yet visited Kalami, Cebu, it's we're present online in Facebook. I think we also have a YouTube account, in Instagram also.
Yes.
And we were just sharing information kanina that even his recommendations come out in a Netflix series.
That's
which
true.
is street food.
I mean, they asked me.
Naka-credits siya.
Naka-credit siya doon. So I mean, let's give him the credit also na talagang he's really here. He made himself available at the very last minute. Na, diba? He was able to just come here and then share the passion for food. And we love that.
Yeah.
So let's put our hands together for Karlo Olano.
Yay!
Hello! Yes!
Welcome, Karlo!
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you.
Thank
for letting
you.
us have-
Thank you for inviting me.
I have to say, everything on your social media, your Instagram, lami jud kaayo.
Kalami.
Kalami.
That's what we're trying to highlight. I mean, I want to highlight, there are so many things to discover. And there's still many things that's lami, that's delicious
Here in Cebu.
Yes.
No, it's like earlier, right? On his way here, he just showed us like a video. How do you discover all these really interesting and delicious finds? Like, it's amazing.
Just a little backstory on what this video was. He was making his way to the Mactan New Town, where Belmont Mactan New Town is located.
Yes.
And then outside kasi, you will see the Mactan Shrine. Tama
Yes,
ako,
yeah.
diba?
The church. Yeah,
The
there's a
church,
church.
right outside the church.
Yes.
And there's this parang hawker style street food na
someone selling
it's
fried chicken, fried pork chops, and he was frying,
Oh my
chicken
gosh.
skin. I mean, I rarely see that. I mean, whoa, it's still,
And then he was just taking a video, and we were like evaluating, if evaluating is the word.
I was
he said,
salivating.
I was, tama yun, salivating. And it's realism at its finest. Because he just takes a video of it. He lets the food speak for itself.
Absolutely.
But most beautiful of all, he also does feature the vendor.
yeah.
Yes, I mean, that's as much as possible, yes. We have to give credit to the cooks, the people who make the good
Where
food.
credit is due.
Yes,
Where credit
because sometimes
is due.
it's always the influencer who gets the credit, but we sometimes forget who made it.
Who made it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's his story? If he has a story. I mean, there are so many great things about it. Sometimes it's people still involved when it comes to food. People, people are
absolutely.
important. Yeah.
So you are this strong advocate of local food. Cebu cuisine, or could you say it's Cebu cuisine, or it's really just distinct to
Cebuano,
Cebu?
Cebuano food or Cebuano local food. Because I have this like dream someday that we can be like people go to Bangkok, for example, to eat pad thai.
That's
true.
Singapore for bakute or char kway teow or the soy chicken. And I'm really hoping that someday tourists come to Cebu to eat. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Cebu and I want to try their food. And I'm hoping that by doing this, we can at least give a spotlight on the local food. What's really unique in Cebu. And not only Cebu, if I cross somewhere, I also want to give spotlight what's local. I mean, it's only found here. So that's what I'm trying to look for.
And how long have you been doing it? This advocacy, this vision of yours to highlight that.
Sometimes it was by accident, but eventually...
By accident. Everything happens by accident.
Yeah, because you go on eating and then keep taking pictures. But eventually, I found something now. Yeah, people get engaged when they see something unique, something local. Some maybe are working now abroad. A lot of Filipinos working abroad. They miss this kind of food.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's this
for
kind of food
sure.
that you'll miss. I wish I'm home to eat that, because it's not. They can't eat that in New York or in Singapore, wherever they are. So they can only find it in Cebu, and that's what I'm trying to look for. Hey, let's look for food that's that.
Yeah, and I'm sure when people look at your like for example your Instagram account, you know, even if they've never tried it before, it's really something that they want to try because it looks unique, it looks delicious. You know, it's not every day that you come by something like that, right?
That's true. That's true. And ako personally, as a traveler, I mean, I'd have to be honest because I also write about food too. Sometimes it's different if you write about it. And with Karlo kasi, he really does a lot of visuals for it, and he invests so much time on it. And you get to see na pati yung pagkagat ng pagkain niya, parang nakakatakam.
Well, when Karlo eats it, grabe. I have to say, lami. Parang sarap ng kain niya. Ano yan? Diba? Where can you get it?
Yeah, and sometimes, yes, a lot of those food are discovered by accident also. Or if I see something, ba't pinipilahan niya na? I want to check it out. Because why do people line up?
That's the best gauge,
yes,
diba?
yeah. Why are so many people go there? I mean, what's here? And then, yeah, a lot of my videos, now I know.
Teka muna ha, kasi, you know, we really are getting right away with the things that we're supposed to talk about. But I want to draw back a little because a lot of our listeners are not from Cebu. And the title itself would have to be explained. What does kalami mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So kalami is an expression. It's you say delicious. No, that's just lami. If you say kalami, it's after you eat something. Kalami, it's like so delicious.
Is it like a superlative?
Yeah, superlative. Ang sarap.
Ang sarap.
Diba? It's not masarap. It's ang sarap.
Puwerteng lami.
Lami. Kalami. It's like an expression that you say after a very pleasant experience on food, especially. It can be used on other things as well. Like you did something. Kalami. I want to do. I want to do it again or something like that. Yeah, it was really a very positive,
affirmation.
Yes,
It's a fair
Wow.
positive. So you now know what kalami means, and we challenge you to use that word also, if in case you can insert it in your sentences. very, Toastmasters later. But anyhow, let me just jump into the conversation, no, na there are a lot of beautiful options in Cebu in terms of dining experiences.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what we'd also like to be able to highlight are the hyper-local food options. And when I say hyper-local food options, let's define that one. We're talking about the, kumbaga sa ibang country pa parang yung hawker style. Ito, pungko. Which is a very local attack to how we do our street food dining experience here. But the question is, where are we now in comparison to before, and where do we want to go in terms of positioning pungko as an option for everybody to fly to Cebu and enjoy these food delights?
Yes. I mean, when I was younger, I really eat punko, and this is really the street vendors who bring a basket of goodies. Those fried, when you see them, hey, wanna buy punko? You just find a tree, you grab, there's a stool, you sit down, you punko there.
Okay.
That's why it's punko. So you sit down, you squat.
Yeah.
You squat under a tree, then just eat those ginabot, which is like the chicharon bulaklak.
Innards, right?
Innards,
Yes,
fried pork, ruffle pat, it's like that. Yeah. Then the ngohiong, the lumpia, the longganisa. It's like that's the real concept, that punko. That's why you just call that one and let's punko.
Yeah.
Now it's more structured. The
Let's punko. Let's sit.
Let's eat.
Sit and eat.
So now it's more structured. They have places like hawker center or centers for punko. Like in Fuente, there's a punko area where you can find several vendors selling that, and it's more. There's a roof already.
Yeah.
There's no.
It's more comfortable.
Yeah, it's not vending.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going around. There's a spot to go. It's easier to find.
Yeah.
People still flock there. I mean, to enjoy that kind of food. And slowly, it's getting structured. Food parks, for example, there's always going to be some guy or some stall selling punko cuisine. I'm just gonna call it cuisine because they have this set of dishes.
Elevating it.
Yeah, it's a set of dishes that's punko you see in punko, like the ngohiong, the different kinds of innards, the offal, and the bula and then even crab meat, and so that's The good thing now is it's more organized, more structured, and you can practically find it in food parks or a specific area for that.
Okay. So punko means squat.
Oh yeah, to squat is squat.
Literally.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love how he says
Squat.
that. It's so social. Squat.
What did it sound like?
Yeah, because people are really squatting to eat that.
It is literal translation.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's a literal translation. And when was the last time you had punko? I'm curious to know like how often you would have it as a local.
I had pugo like 2 days ago.
Right?
Yes, I had pugo 2 days ago, and I enjoy it. I mean, the nicest thing about punko is locals love it because one, it's cheap. It's
Yeah.
crispy. It's like their bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crispy. It's
Love that. I love
it's
how you
crunchy,
said
and then
that.
of course, and for Cebuanos, there's puso. Because
Puso.
Yeah.
unlike other places, Cebu, it's always gonna be a meal here in Cebu.
Yes.
We have our barbecue has puso.
Yes.
In Manila, sometimes I get bitten because wow, barbecue ang sarap, but
Pero walang rice.
But walang puso, walang, I mean, walang kulang. But
Hindi siya
here,
complete
sa
meal.
Cebuano, kahit siomayan lang, may puso.
Oo nga.
Because we want it like it's a meal.
Actually, a lot of our brothers and sisters coming from the Luzon area finds it a little bit quirky that we eat our siomai and our barbecue on the street with rice.
Yes.
But here in Cebu, it
Yeah.
really is a total experience that we pair it up with rice, and if not that, if the vendor is feeling a little more extra, he'd even give you soup. He'd
Yes.
even give you
Hindi
soup.
ko yun na-try. Talaga?
Kasi you should try to squat sometime.
Excuse me. I like doing the squat.
So we love puso so much. It's another, that's one of the things that you can eat in Cebu. You have to have puso while visiting Cebu.
yeah.
Try it out with food. Yeah,
Okay,
di ba? I
okay.
mean,
So this punko, what else is in there? What is your favorite one?
of course, the popular one is ginabot, which is basically like chicharon bulaklak.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. It's like
It's pig innards, right?
It's pig innards,
Pig innards.
crisp, fried to a crisp.
Uh-uh.
So it's crunchy,
Golden crisp.
and you do dip in
Goodness.
vinegar with chilies and onions.
Lamas.
Onions,
diba?
yeah.
Lamas, yeah.
They say lamas, onions.
Yes,
Yeah.
free onions. And there was a time during the onion crisis. There's no onion. It's so sad because the pungo would give you
It's
onions.
never
And but yeah, you have only onions supposedly. In the normal pungo, you want more lamas, they'll give it to you
Sibuyas,
for
right?
free. Yeah,
Sibuyas.
sibuyas. Yeah. Yeah, then there's also ngohiong. There's also the lumpia toge. Yeah, the mubo. We call it the short one, mubo. And there's the taas.
Okay.
And the long one.
Short and long.
And then the different parts of there's kidneys there. They call it riñon. There's brain. There's so many crazy parts. We don't waste a thing here. That's one thing about I think in general Filipino cuisine we don't waste.
We don't waste anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really just part of our psyche to always maximize every part of the protein source.
Yeah, people are really boasting about nose to tail dining. We've been doing that for years. Nose to tail. Yeah,
Even
we
from
do.
our forefathers,
Yeah,
they've already been doing
Agree.
Yes, that's so nice about it. And puso, for example, people talk about sustainability. That's the best packaging.
Yeah.
And biodegradable using local stuff.
Nothing goes to waste.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk more about this puso because that's really distinct to Cebu, right? And so a lot of people don't know, or a lot of people are even afraid to try this puso, this hanging rice, because it's
It's so foreign.
It's
Yes.
foreign.
To a lot of
It's
people,
unusual.
even for locals, I mean,
Some,
locals for
yeah,
Filipinos
yeah.
rather.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
especially from Luzon, they're not so familiar with it. Yes.
yeah. Would you like to expound?
So
on
it's
puso?
basically rice cooked. They make a pouch out of coconut leaves.
They
So
weave it together.
weave
Yeah.
it into like a diamond shape.
Like a puso.
Yeah, puso. And then
heart.
A
and then
puso,
they put the rice and cook it. And
Yeah.
then when it comes out, it's really packed. So it's a different texture than the regular rice that's
Yeah.
soft, and this is really packed, and which makes it really amazing. You can use it to dip it in a sauce, like
Yeah.
in Tuslubuwa they use puso.
Yeah.
Well, then you just you can eat it on its own. Even I know some people who loves to eat puso on its own, but me, of course, I eat it with different stuff here, especially here in Cebu. Yeah,
with everything
with
or anything that you
lechon,
can
of
pair.
course,
Yeah.
with lechon, with kinilaw, Yes, with even balbacoa if you want.
So is it safe to say? I'm not claiming anything, no, because, diba? I mean, I'll take my cue from you. For people who are visiting Cebu, maybe coming from outside the country or maybe coming from another island of the Philippines. Big question here, kasi syempre may notion pa rin tayo sa pungko-pungko. Or turo-turo in Tagalog.
In Tagalog, yes.
Is it safe to eat in a pungko-pungko? What are your reservations and what's your vote of confidence there?
I mean, a lot of people eat it. I mean, here in Cebu especially, you go there, it's packed. There are no complaints. Some people eat it every day.
Yeah.
Although now I feel happy because a lot of tourists, especially local tourists, try it out.
Yeah.
It's in their list.
Yes.
I mean, some foreigners as well. It's fun. I mean, many foreign bloggers have checked it out and
are looking for it talaga.
and getting a lot of good views with it. Grabe. But yes, I think it's relatively safe naman. It's very safe for me. I mean, I have no bad experience with it. But of course, you have to have, caution sometimes. But for me, yes, that's one of the safest stuff. I mean, safer than, raw seafood, for example. Mas risky pa yun kasi there's rare. But this one, people eat it every day. I mean, it's now more organized and you could. There's no big cases about it. But
Thank God.
Before there was of course danger before because people share sauces. But now you have your own.
no
That's the
double
different
dipping
now.
here.
Yeah. Before now you have your own your own saucer.
Saucer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, as the episode dictates, as our title dictates, it's where to.
Yes.
So I would like now to ask if I may,
Please do.
Xiao, if you can give us 3 top places that you would recommend rather for somebody who's flying in just for that pungko experience. What would be the top 3 places? What's your first?
Pungko, of course, you can find it in Puente area. They call
Puente
it
area.
Pungko sa Puente.
Puente is in Cebu City mismo.
Yes.
In the city, in the heart of the
In
city.
the heart of Midtown. Is it
Midtown.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's near the Puente. This is the near our biggest roundabout there. Yes.
You can't miss it.
Yeah. And of course, another way to enjoy it is for breakfast. People eat it for breakfast. You go to Talisay in the morning. Sunday morning.
Yes.
That's what I
From
suggest.
Puente Osmeña to Talisay.
There's what you
Malayo
call,
yun,
the Talisay Lechon Food Park or Larawan Beach because that's the only place I know that you can eat ginabot, lechon, kinilaw, saang
Everything.
for breakfast. I go there as early as 5 a.m., 6 a.m. It's packed already and breakfast by the beach with ginabot with lechon.
And you get it fresh.
Yes.
Kasi early morning siya.
Early
diba?
morning, I mean, you imagine having lechon and ginabot for breakfast. It's like, where can...
That's like having a,
Nowhere else, man. Nowhere else.
it's like a night out and then after that you go
Go straight, have breakfast.
have breakfast there.
Yeah, that's
Talk
my...
about dining like a king.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
That's my second place.
That's your second. So again, that's Puente Osmeña's first option for pungko. Next one is in Talisay. That's along.
which is
along the
more.
bay.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
it's
more.
along the
It's a
bay.
mix now. There's pungko fare, but also,
There's also
with
a lechon fare,
lechon,
yeah.
with
Imagine
seafood.
having lechon for breakfast.
Yes.
I've done it. I've done it a few
I've
times.
never done it.
Oh, okay.
You should do it.
should do it.
You
I
should
do
try
it.
that.
Yeah.
Especially Talisay
Yes,
lechon.
man.
Because it's like, di ba, masabaw siya. May konting sabaw.
But really, masarap
Teka
ang
lang,
timpla.
kasi parang
Sorry.
gusto kong i-describe mo. How will you describe Cebu's Talisay lechon?
Okay. Because you have your lechon that's,
You judge her, ha?
you chop, they chop into it, and it's, you see all the, the tanla, the lemongrass, and
Lemongrass.
everything that's inside.
And the juices.
And the
sprouting
juices.
out.
But this one, when you go to Talisay and they have their lechon, when you chop into it, it's like, there's water, not water,
There's
soup.
juice.
Yeah, juice.
It's
Soup,
It's
yeah.
almost like soup. Of course, it's not like that wet as soup, but
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of juice coming out, and it's like, wow, it's like just mouth-watering.
Yeah, and imagine eating it at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m.
God.
Sunday
Okay.
brunch.
Sunday brunch.
Sunday brunch. Parang umus-us tayo ng konti from early breakfast. Okay, ginawa natin Sunday brunch.
Pwede naman kasi.
Pwede naman. Late riser din naman po ako. So,
Pwede naman.
pasok na pasok pa
Pasok
rin.
na pasok,
Alright, so
yeah.
what's your third?
The third one is now there are a lot of food parks in Cebu like Cebu Mercado.
Yeah.
Like in Carbon, or you can enjoy it as well. Plus other options, better seating as well. And then sometimes with music at night, you know, it's different. I mean, at least you can try it out with other dishes, mix and match, and plus, you know, with the crowd, with the different people. It's really fun also. I mean, for tourists especially, this one's a good one. I mean,
Yeah.
it's more, the crowd is, you know, different. It's younger, working people. Yeah,
The crowd is game. No?
Yeah,
Yes,
very game, yes.
definitely.
Eventually, over time, I've also realized, as somebody who's worked also in Cebu in the past years, like more than 10 years ago, coming back to Cebu from time to time, I really realized that it's a generational evolution of people appreciating a different kind of dining experience for Cebu. That's just my take. And is it a good thing? Yes, it's a good thing, definitely.
In a way, yes, of
because
course.
people are not just into, thank God, not just into fast food, but we love
Yes,
fast food.
of
Nothing's wrong with
course.
that. Not just into fine dining, but also, the simpler, I'd still say, simpler, finer things in life also comes in the Punko package. How about you, Wishaw? What's your thought?
I'd have to agree. But one of the things I absolutely love about Punko is that it's also very communal.
Yes.
Like, you don't just sit alone in your little corner and
beautiful.
have
Yeah.
your own little, it's best shared. And the thing is that when you experience that with other people, it's, you feel the warmth of the locality, the warmth of just the people as well. So I think it's great for people to come and experience that themselves, especially if they're coming, we have tourists,
Yes.
local and foreign tourists alike.
And try it out. Yeah, really enjoy it. I mean, talk to people. I mean, Cebuanos are very friendly.
See, even
Yeah.
Karlo saying, talk to people. It's
Talk
the
to people.
best reference point
Yeah,
for you to
ask
get
the locals.
the best
Yeah.
encouragement for you to
Yes.
try something new. Anyway, 100% totally trust you on the Punko. I
Yeah,
myself, I'm
absolutely.
craving for it now, so you guys better do that too. But we're not gonna stop here. There's, I'd have to really say that Cebu is 100% solid food destination.
Yes, yes.
And even 20 minutes of this podcast is not even enough.
We didn't
Yeah.
cover
My
it.
gosh.
It-
Just
I mean, that was just the
punko-punko.
surface.
This is just an intro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Other episodes that we can do, but as of this time is concerned, I think we would have to reserve all our hunger and thirst for the next episode back here rather, at
Where to? Thank you, Karlo.
Thank you, Karlo.
This is amazing.
Thank you.
So
thank
where are
you.
we going? Where to?
I'd say punko.
Yes. I miss ginabot.
Oh my God. I think nothing beats ngohiong.
Oh yeah, ngohiong.
Yeah, but I really crave for ngohiong.